Well, thank you everyone for joining. This is JJ DiGeronimo, the president of Tech Savvy Women. The goal of these sessions is to advance professional women by sharing ideas, suggestions, best practices on how to pave the path you desire. So today's topic with brand specifically relates to how do you determine your professional brand as it sits today. I personally did not know this was a necessary aspect for myself, but I found that as I desired to move, whether it was join a committee, get a specific project, or even move to a new role within the same organization, I was struggling to sort of get past my brand as it sat. And I realized that my brand is really cultivated in a lot of ways. And so, obviously for many of us, our resume captures a lot of our activities over the last decade and maybe even beyond that. But it's more than that. It's more than how you position yourself. It's how you communicate day to day. How do you show up in meetings? How do you present your points? How do you get projects done? How do you communicate with customers? How do you interact with your coworkers, people above you, people in other departments? Because many times your brand is based on all of your actions, not just what you put on your resume. And then, of course, you have to fold into how you communicate online through email. There was a gentleman I worked with that was so kind in person, but when he would send out emails, he did not buffer his emails with kindness. It was always very direct, very to the point, and often very condescending. But if you were to see him in person as you were walking down the hall or even in a meeting, he had the self-awareness in these one-on-one interactions that he was able to really soften his approach and get the information he needed without really putting anybody down, which was very different how he communicated online. And after seeing a few studies of even some of the social media behaviors, people sometimes are a little bit more confident online. And so really thinking about how are you showing up across all the different ways you communicate with people? And do you use different social media platforms for different activities? I know some women that use social media platforms for more personal items like Facebook, Google+, Instagram, and other people that use social media platforms such as LinkedIn and even Facebook for more professional. So really understanding how you're showing up not only in person, but in your emails, in your meetings, and also online.